making an impromptu chili today with ground beef and pinto beans and beer and all kinds of yummy stuff. And it's basically just using the stuff that I already had in the fridge, of course, and in the pantry. So I'm starting off with celery. I have about 2.5 stalks of celery, and I'm using the part with the leaves. This is like the inside part of the celery, which is really good in chili and in soups and everything. So don't throw that away, use it. So I'm just chopping up the celery, the smallish bits. I don't know about you, but I usually, I guess depending on the size of the celery, I'll just cut it about 2 or 3 times down the middle like this. So it's like that. And then chop away. I love the smell of celery. I usually don't have it in the fridge very much, but I should have it every single week because I find that I use it quite a bit if I have it. The leaves, you just kind of chop it like you would parsley or something. They're really, really fragrant, really delicious. You could use them raw in salads. They're really good in there too. Yum. Okay, so the celery's done. And then normally I would use like a yellow onion or something for chili, but I just had a shallot in the pantry, so I'm just gonna use that. I love shallots. It's like a cross between a garlic, kind of garlicky actually, but it's a really mild red onion flavor. So if you don't want super strong onion flavor, then shallot is a good choice. And it's a really refined flavor. Kind of elevates your meals, if you know what I mean. I like to use it a lot. And you would chop it just like any other onion, just a little bit smaller. So I just cut like this. You can see. And then you just chop it in the middle. Just like that. Do the same with the other one. Chop away. It's actually really strong. Ooh, I'm glad I'm using my contacts. I have my contact lenses in because the onions don't affect my eyes as much, but I find that if I wear glasses and I cut onions, oh boy, it's not pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna use some garlic. I love garlic, so I use a lot of it. I'll probably use maybe 5 cloves. It'll depend on the size of garlic that you have. But I love it so much, so I'm going to use it. Okay, smash these away. Yeah, those shallots are really strong. Hopefully I won't start crying on film, my first cooking video. What do you guys like to use in your chili? I know there's so many different variations. I mean, honestly, I don't think I cook a chili the same way each time. Like, I'm constantly changing things up based on what I have on hand, based on how I'm feeling, based on, I don't know, what looks good at the market. It really varies. I'm kind of bad like that. Like, I'll just, and my husband can attest to this, that it's very rare that I make the same thing more than once. Unless it's super, super good. Unless it's on my blog and I've got the recipe down. But I don't know. I'm very adventurous. I like to try new things. Okay, this is really sticky. Okay, mince the garlic. There you go. And then we're going to brown the meat. Toss in these veggies and saute them and add more yummy stuff. So now we're going to brown the beef. Just have a pound of ground beef over about medium-ish heat. Wait till that gets a little bit hot, and then I've got all my stuff here. I basically just planned this morning. I mean, I knew I was going to make chili over the weekend, but then I didn't know exactly what I was going to add to it, of course. So I'm going to add lots of different things. I happen to have 2 cans of pinto beans that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a can of diced tomatoes, some pale ale beer, which is always a good addition to chili, I think. I don't have any tomato juice on hand, which is usually what you might add to chili. So I'm going to use the canned diced tomatoes, a little bit of ketchup, and a little bit of tomato paste. So that'll kind of all meld together, and with a little bit of liquid from the beer and the crushed tomatoes, it'll somewhat replicate tomato juice. Hopefully. We'll see. But I think we'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna add the ground beef into the pot. Crank it up just a little bit. Get this browning. I'll just crumble it up like you would. I love making chili. It's so easy to make. It makes so much food that you can eat the whole week long. You can add whatever you want to it. You could use ground beef, ground turkey, chicken, pork, of course. You make it a dark chili, a white chili, anything you desire. That's what I love about cooking. You can basically do whatever you want. Think about the things that you like to eat, the flavors that you normally choose when you go out to eat, things that you like, and just experiment and add them in there, and I'm sure it'll be tasty. Have faith. It's getting too dark in here. This is my favorite pot, my Le Creuset pot. I've had this for years, and I'm sure it's gonna last me a lifetime, but I make everything in here. I braise stuff, chilies, soups. It cooks everything so beautifully. So I'm just gonna cook this, probably can't really see it, until it browns kind of, sort of, and then the fat comes out of it. And then I'll toss the vegetables in, the celery and the shallots and the garlic, to saute with it. It already smells good. Meat smells good. I could never be vegetarian. Never ever. Oh boy. I'm happy. It smells so good. You can't tell with the gigantic grin on my face as I brown this meat. Okay, I think I'm just going to toss the vegetables in now. So the celery, the shallots, and the garlic that I chopped earlier. saute these. At this point, I think I will add a little bit of salt and pepper. I like to season as I go. Lots of pepper. I like my chilies spicy. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. The colors look so pretty too. I'm one of those people that is always thinking about how I can make my food look pretty, because if it's pretty, I will eat it better or more. But the green from the celery and the purple shallots kind of bring the brown beef to life. Smells so good. Okie doke. Next, I think I will add the spices. So I have, let's see, I love to use ground New Mexico chili. It's something that I use a lot. And you can find it at most supermarkets. You can find it online. I buy it in bulk online. It's delicious. I love it a lot. So I think I'm going to add about, let's see what 1 teaspoon looks like. No, I think I'll probably do 3. Yeah. 3 teaspoons of chili powder. And then I have some oregano. Probably put in just about 1 teaspoon. And cumin. I love cumin. These are all of my staple spices that I use a lot. Cumin I'll probably add quite a bit. 1, 2, 3. Same amount of chili powder. And I have some ground cinnamon too. Might be a little unusual to add it to chili, but it adds a nice warmth and flavoring to things, especially savory stuff. So I think I'm just going to add about half a teaspoon of that. And for a little bit more heat, just a pinch of cayenne pepper. You can always add more later if it's not spicy, but that is fresh that I just bought, so I know it's going to be super spicy. And I'm also adding some jalapenos in later too, so I don't want it to be too much. It smells really good. Especially with the cinnamon. I mean, you wouldn't think that cinnamon and things, especially like chili, would be good, but it makes it wonderful. Yum yum. Okie doke. I've got the spices in. I think I'm going to add, start adding the tomatoes. So I have the tomato paste. I think I'm just going to add maybe about a teaspoon of it. A heaping regular teaspoon. Like that. There we go. And just regular old ketchup. Just a squirt. Maybe like 1 tablespoon. That was more than a squirt. Oh, I also have Worcestershire sauce, which I use a lot. It gives stuff really good savoriness, because I mean it's got garlic and anchovies, which you guys know I love, tamarind, chili pepper, molasses. It's got a lot of good stuff, and it'll bring really good depth and that umami flavor to the chili. So be liberal with it. Just a few dashes. Lower the heat. Okay. Already smelling amazing. It's only going to get fatter as it simmers for like an hour and a half. Okay, and then what else? I'm going to add the can of diced tomatoes. These are just petite diced tomatoes with the juice. And then I've got some jalapenos, just some canned jalapenos. Here, I think I'll just add a few. Like 4 or 5, 4. Plus some of the juice that's in there. Mix this around. It smells really good. Now, I think I will add the beer. Just 1 bottle of whatever beer you have around. I have this pale ale. It's the whole thing. There is something about, gosh, cooking with alcohol, which you've heard me talk about before. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. Especially beer and chili is just one of the most amazing things. Cannot get enough. Turn up the heat a little bit. Let it bubble with the beer in there. Yeah, this definitely doesn't need any more liquid. It's kind of liquidy already. And then I'll add the pinto beans with the liquid from the cans. And maybe a little bit more salt and pepper. Let it simmer for like an hour, hour and a half. See how it does, and it'll reduce a little bit, get thick and chunky. Come on, baby. Looks delicious. Especially on this cloudy day. I mean, it's not super cold outside right now. I think it's like 50s, but it's kind of overcast and icky. Perfect chilly weather. I'm going to add the pinto beans, just 2 cans. You can add whatever beans you want to. You have black beans, white beans, garbanzo beans, whatever you'd like. I very rarely add kidney beans, the traditional chili bean. I prefer other beans. I think the pinto beans give anything that you add to it a nice creaminess to it. I like adding pinto beans. Looks good. Crank up the heat just a little bit. Add some more salt and pepper. I'm gonna let this simmer for a little bit, about an hour, hour and a half. And then I'll check on it to see how it looks, give it a taste, and I'll show you guys. So this is what the chili looks like after about an hour of simmering. It's gotten pretty thick. I think I'm gonna stop cooking it at this point because even when it sits in the fridge for the next couple days, it'll get even thicker. So I think this is good for me. It'll really depend on how much liquid you have, how long you cook it for. But this looks good to me. What do you think? I'm gonna turn it off, let it cool, and have this for lunch, I think. See you later.